Hey friends, long time no see. It has been quite a while since I posted a YouTube video. I think it's been a little over a month since I posted my last YouTube video, and then it was a bit of a stretch before that when I posted another video. There has been a good reason why I have been missing from my channel, and I was previously missing from Instagram, but I have an exciting announcement to share with you all. I'm pregnant. It still feels so weird to say that I'm pregnant. It's like, ooh, it's here, I'm pregnant. I'm a birth doula. I've helped so many other pregnant people, and now I myself am the pregnant one. It's crazy, and I'm still wrapping my head around it. So I announced a few weeks ago on Instagram that we are expecting a baby boy in the fall, and I am so excited. My husband is so excited as well. So the reason why I've been so absent from my channel recently here on YouTube is because I have been so sick. So I found out we were expecting in February, and a couple weeks after that the morning sickness came, and when the morning sickness came, it came with a vengeance. I was either couch bound or bed bound. I could not cook, could not clean, could not open my refrigerator for weeks. It actually is only within the past week that I have been able to get up and start moving and take care of myself for once. My husband, I have been so eternally grateful for him. He has been working from home since the start of the COVID pandemic. So he has been home being able to help me, which has been a huge blessing in disguise. He's been able to get me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even though I couldn't hold down those meals, he was still able to get me whatever I needed and be here for me so that I was not alone. And I know that I am super fortunate. Not everybody has that. I also ended up needing to go on some medication. I am seeing midwives for my care. That is being a birth doula, that is the care that I have chosen to seek out. And I'm seeing midwives, an amazing team of midwives up in Annapolis, Maryland. I have worked with them before as a birth doula. So when I went in and supported other families, this was the team of midwives that I was very impressed with as a professional. So that was the care I chose to go with, and they have been absolutely wonderful and absolutely amazing. And I got put on some medication. We had to tweak it here and there, and it's finally working. I'm just gonna pause right now and sip some of my tea, some of my red raspberry leaf tea. So like I mentioned before, I did announce my pregnancy earlier on Instagram. If you are following me on Instagram, I know some of you don't have Instagram. So this is an exciting time for you guys to hear all about how I am now pregnant and that I am expecting a baby boy. So over on Instagram, I asked if anybody wanted to leave me any questions so that I could do a brief Q&A here on my channel and answer some common questions, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So I am on my phone right now. I took some screenshots from Instagram of some of the questions that people have asked me. So if I'm looking down at my phone, it's because I'm looking at a question. So some people asked where I'm located. If you're new here, I am in Maryland. I'm not going to give specifics as to where I am because we live in a crazy world, but I am in the state of Maryland. Am I comfortable raising children in the community in which I live? Yes, we do live in a very rural area. There are a lot of rural areas within Maryland, so I'm comfortable saying that, but I am very comfortable raising a child here where we live. Somebody asked me if I'm already experiencing any round ligament pain. No, I am not experiencing any round ligament pain. I have started to feel the baby move though. I felt the baby move as early as 11 or 10 weeks, which I know is super early for a lot of people. And the reason I'm able to feel the baby move is because previously, as a form of birth control, we were practicing fertility awareness. So I was very much in tune with what was going on down in my lower abdomen. I could feel when I was ovulating. I could feel when my period was getting ready to come. So when I notice any kind of twinges or anything, I know the difference between what's a cramp and what's not a cramp. So when I first felt the baby move, I was like, huh, that's not a cramp, that's something different, and it's kind of patterned, and I notice it more certain times of the day or when I'm lying a certain way. So it's very, very comforting to be able to feel him move. Somebody asked, will I be sharing more pregnant homemaker content? And yes, I am super excited to share this journey with you guys. I'm probably not going to share every little detail. I do want to keep some things private, but what I do plan to share with you all. I am super excited to share. I'm excited to take you along with me as I redo the nursery, as I prep. We have decided to cloth diaper with this baby. I know that seems out of the ordinary, not many people do it. And ever since kind of the pandemic hit and there was a diaper shortage, and there is projected to be another diaper shortage this summer, or the diaper prices are increasing, a lot of more people are turning to cloth diapering. So that was something that we have decided to do. So I am excited to take you guys along that journey as I learn, and maybe teach you as I am learning as well. I do want to add that I do not plan for this channel to become a mommy blogger channel. When our little guy is here, I do plan to have some privacy to keep him safe, because like I mentioned in the past, there are crazy people out in the world who for some reason want to harm children, and unfortunately that is the world that we live in. So there will be a lot of things that I keep private, but I am excited to share some things with you. Somebody asked me, what did I do the day I found out? So it was a Friday in February. Like I mentioned before, we were practicing fertility awareness. So because I was practicing fertility awareness, when we decided to start trying for a baby, all I had to do was do the opposite of what we were doing to prevent, so that we could have a baby. So it took us 2 months to try. The first month I was really disappointed, because I thought I was going to be a one and done person, and I know that isn't everybody, and on average it can take 6 months to a year for a couple to conceive. But I thought, because I knew my cycle so well, that it was just going to be a one and done type of deal. So when January came and went and my period came, I was so disappointed, and I was telling my husband that, what if I never get pregnant? What if, you know, something's wrong with one of us, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, you just need to leave it in God's hands. Like, you know, he knows what's best for us. And he really got me through those times. And a week before I took the pregnancy test, I was feeling so discouraged, because I was genuinely thinking that I was never gonna get pregnant. I know that's silly now to think about, but it was the reality of how I was feeling at the time. So I took some time to meditate on the Bible account of Hannah in the Bible, in 1 Samuel, in that book of the Bible, and how she really wanted a baby, and she prayed so hard to God for a baby, and he blessed her with one. So reading that account and kind of practicing what Hannah practiced, and just leaving it in God's hands and just going with the flow, that really helped me with my mental stress that I was going through. And then lo and behold, a week later, it was a Friday. That morning I woke up early, because Fridays were the days that I would normally go to the grocery store and do all of the household tasks that needed to be done outside of the home. So all of the errands, going to Walmart, the grocery store, I do it all in one day. So I figured, because my husband was working from home, it was going to be very, very difficult to keep things from him, because I was going to be very excited. So I took the test, and I was in the bathroom. I was getting ready to take a shower. I took the test, I put it on the sink, and I just went about my business. Came back, and lo and behold, it was a big fat positive. And at the same time, I was FaceTiming my best friend, and I was sending her a video message through a video, not FaceTiming, it's a video sharing, not like Snapchat. It's called Marco Polo. It's how I talk to some of my best friends. I was sending her a live play-by-play of what was going on, and she was so excited for me, and I was so excited. So I quickly got dressed, did my hair and makeup, and just managed to keep it together long enough to, you know, say goodbye to my husband, say I was gonna be a few hours. So the first thing I did was I went to TJ Maxx, and I got a little stuffed teddy bear and did the rest of my shopping. Came home, pretended I needed help unloading the groceries, and I set up my camera to catch my husband's reaction, which I think I might include some of that footage here, because his reaction was kind of cute. And I asked him to come help me unload the groceries, because I said some of the bags were too heavy. And he came and he saw it on the kitchen table, and he started freaking out, and it was so cute. It happened on a Friday, and I marked it in my calendar with a little heart, and I will never forget that day. So somebody asked me, how am I feeling? Was the first trimester rough? And this person is also pregnant. They're wishing me well, and I'm wishing them well as well. So like I said before, I was pretty much bed bound and couch bound from March until I started to come out of it 2-3 weeks ago. So it is now May. So it has been rough. I'm so grateful for my husband. He took over a lot of the household tasks. The one thing that he didn't have to take over was laundry. For some reason, I still mustered up enough strength to be able to do laundry every week. But he picked up all the groceries. We either had online, I couldn't go in the grocery store. I went into the grocery store for the first time last week in like 2 months because I just couldn't handle the sights and smells of food. I would just start gagging or I would just get sick. And so I would do the online ordering with our local grocery store, go to the grocery store, have them put it in the trunk, and then I would come home and my husband would unload it and put all the food away. Or I would have it delivered through the delivery service that our local grocery store offers. So this week I have been able, on Friday when we did groceries, my husband and I, no, Saturday, we attempted to go to the grocery store together and I was gonna go in with him, but I didn't make it in. But like I said, just this past weekend, and I'll get to that, what has been helping me a lot with this intense nausea that I've had. They did not diagnose me with hyperemesis, if I'm saying that correctly, but it was getting there. I had lost weight prior, right before I went to my first appointment with the midwives. I had lost a couple pounds and then they put me on medication and I kind of stayed the same weight this whole time, and it's only this week that I have started to gain weight, which I am so thankful for. We were so worried. We were always worried, is the little guy gonna be okay? Like, yeah. But I have faith in my body that everything is going to go smoothly. What was the question? So, okay, how am I feeling? So I was not feeling good. I was feeling really bad. I could not cook, could not clean. I could only do the laundry. I could not even open the refrigerator to get myself a glass of water or anything. If I was alone in the house, if my husband had to go out for whatever reason, I would have to hope and pray that the refrigerator was the same way that I had last seen it, that the milk was in the same spot, the juice was in the same spot, and I would close my eyes, open the door, and reach in and try to feel the bottles. Like, and I would hold my breath because I couldn't stand even the smell of the refrigerator inside. Even though we cleaned it out, my mom came down. Actually, no, my mother-in-law came over and she cleaned out the refrigerator for me, which I am so grateful for because I could not stand the smell. Even though it had been cleaned out, I still had to close my eyes and hold my breath and hope that I could find what I needed. Just this past week, I have been able to help my husband unload the groceries, put them back in the refrigerator. So I'm very, very grateful that has started to change. Someone asked me, are we finding out what we are having? Are we hoping for a boy or girl? So like I mentioned before, we are having a boy. Because my husband and I are such planners, we wanted to find out as soon as possible so that we can make arrangements, start working on a registry, start working on names, because we want to, be really settled in. It took us a whole year to decide to want to have kids. Not just a whole year. Even when we were courting back in the day, 5+ years ago, we discussed having kids. We had a whole plan, get married, and all these milestones that we wanted to reach before having a child. So we are very much type A planners. So as soon as I could, I ordered a DNA test from sneakpeek.com. We actually ordered 2 of them. I took one at 8 weeks and then I took another one again at 12 weeks, and they both came back boy. And then when we went in for an ultrasound scan, so the midwives, when you work with a midwife, they'll send you to a doctor. You'll see a doctor once just to make sure everything's okay with the initial scan. And to clear you for midwifery care, or so you can have midwifery care, or you might need a doctor if something is going on. Pause for a minute. Somebody wants in the house. So Layla is back in the house, and if anybody is wondering how Layla is doing, she is very clingy to me now. I think she's finally understanding that her mom is pregnant. So she is always at my side. But going back to seeing the doctor, I saw a maternal fetal specialist once. That was just sort of the regular neural tube scan. Again, because we are such planners, not that scan was ever going to change our mind about anything. We believe life begins at conception. That is our belief. So we just wanted to know if the baby was okay or if we needed to make arrangements for potential care, future surgeries, stuff like that. So we were there and we mentioned to the doctor, oh, we did the DNA test, and she said, nope, don't tell me. We're gonna do the scan. And she did the scan, she said, I'm seeing boy. So 3 times we were told boy, so we are having a boy. Now, will I be mad if that changes somehow? Because this is a funny story. My parents had 2 ultrasound scans telling them that they were having a girl, but then my brother was born. So I'm not too worried if that changes. I know there's a slight possibility, but I feel like with 2 DNA tests and an ultrasound, that's more solid that we are having a boy, and I am so excited. So I kind of touched on this before, but somebody asked me, was your pregnancy planned or unexpected as you were carefully counting your fertile days? So like I mentioned before, we were practicing fertility awareness. We were doing that for a solid 2 years with no surprises, no scares, nothing. We were very confident in that method. So January 1st, we decided to switch it up because we wanted to start trying for a baby. And so instead of using it for prevention, we started using it for conceiving. So that's why it only took about 2 months for us to conceive. I knew exactly when I was ovulating. So because I was so careful with counting my fertile days, we were able to know exactly when was the ideal time to try for a baby. So somebody asked if I'm having any weird cravings yet. So I don't know cravings. Like, sometimes I'll dream about food and I'll want to eat it, or I'll just be thinking, man, something like this would sound so good right now. So is that what a craving is? Because I've never been one to like crave things, but Sunday I was craving pho, which is a Vietnamese soup. And a friend of mine told me that where there was a place near here that we could go to, and my husband took me, and that was the best dinner I had. So I am craving a lot of soup, I guess, and pasta, because those are like the 2 dishes that I have been thinking about nonstop the most. Also milk for some reason. And I know that dairy and stuff has not been helping me in the nausea department, but I can't stop thinking about it, and it tastes so good. I've never been a milk drinker before, but now we go through like a gallon a week. I have to have a glass of milk right when I wake up and right before I go to bed, and it just tastes so good. I've never like experienced milk tasting so good in my entire life. So somebody also asked, do you feel like being a doula makes you more prepared? Yes and no. And I will explain. Yes, because I kind of know what to expect, and I kind of have already made my decisions for certain things from seeing so many families go through labor and birth and preparing. So I kind of have been able to see firsthand, you know, how the hospital that we plan to deliver at works, so we are choosing to deliver, we're hoping to deliver at a birth center. And locally here in the state of Maryland, there's only 1 birth center open, so we are traveling there. And so this birth center is also attached to a hospital. So I will have the choice later in pregnancy whether I want to deliver traditionally on the labor and delivery floor or if I want to use their birth center. So as my pregnancy progresses, if I'm still healthy and fit enough and the midwives say it's okay, I would love to deliver in the birth center. That way I can labor there. They have a jacuzzi tub, king size bed. It's more of a home hotel atmosphere, and I get to go home the same day, which is something that is really appealing to me. But if my health does not permit and they would like me to deliver on the labor and delivery floor for safety reasons, I'm perfectly okay with that as well, because I have attended so many births at that hospital that I know all the nurses there. I've worked with a majority of them, seen how they worked, and the midwives as well. So even though I have the choice to either do birth center or labor and delivery, the team of midwives that I am working with, they will follow me no matter which place I end up choosing to go. So part of being a doula that makes me not prepared is I kind of fall into the trap of, I should know this, I'm a doula, I should know this, but this whole first trimester has been a huge learning experience for me because I normally don't start working with a family until late in their second trimester, 3rd trimester. So this whole 1st trimester experience is extremely new for me. It's not something that I was, you know, actively helping people through, because I don't start working with the family until late in their 2nd or early in their 3rd trimester. So the whole morning sickness thing, the fatigue, all the little twinges, me constantly Googling and calling my own doula, who yes, we did hire. We are hiring a doula. My doula partner, Shannon, who I have worked with for the past 3 or so years, she is my doula. I've been calling her, texting her, like, can I eat this cheese? Can I eat this? And one time I had like a little mini meltdown because I accidentally drank a tonic water, and I noticed that there is an ingredient in tonic water that can be dangerous to babies. But fortunately I did not drink the whole bottle. I only took like 2 sips of it, and I immediately called one of the nurses at the birth center who relayed it to the midwives, and they told me it's fine, just don't drink it again, just keep it out of the house. So little stuff like that, like I feel like I fall into the mentality of I should know this, but I don't, because this is my first time doing it, and I, you know, normally don't work with people in their 1st trimester. So another path that I found myself going down was not wanting to bother people. So this is something that I went down on Friday because of my nausea. Having all day nausea, and then especially in the evenings, it would get really bad in the evenings. Around as soon as the clock hit 5 o'clock, I needed to lie down. I could not move. I could not function. It was bad. I was not holding down any of my dinners. I wasn't holding down any of my breakfasts. And all I could do was snack during the day. I couldn't have real meals. Hey, honey. Like I said, she's very clingy to me. She always has to be just like this now. So Friday I did not hold down my dinner, and I was just at my wit's end. I attempted, it was one of my favorite dishes that I normally love to eat, and I ate it, and then an hour later I got sick, and I felt like I had wasted all of it. And I was in pain, not only nausea pain, but hunger pains as well, because my stomach was empty and I was trying to eat, but it would just come right back up. And I'm sorry if that's a little too much information, but that Friday night was probably the worst. And I was just on the floor in the bathroom crying, and my husband was on the floor with me, holding me, and that was all we could do. And I had called my mom, he had called his mom, and everybody was telling me that I needed to call my midwives. And I was like, no, I don't feel like they can do this anymore. I just remember telling my husband, I feel like I'm a weakling. Like, I'm not strong enough to handle this. Like, other women are strong enough to handle this. I must not be strong enough. And he told me, no, you are strong. Everybody, you know, I'm very fortunate to have very supportive people around me and very knowledgeable people when it comes to pregnancy, because of me being a doula and sharing some of that knowledge, and, you know, them having knowledge as well. So I was able to contact my midwives that night, and we tweaked some of my medication a little bit. And ever since then, as well as going on to some new prenatal vitamins, I have not gotten sick, which is huge. I am so excited. I hope this lasts. I am enjoying every minute of it, and which is why I am now filming a YouTube video for you guys, because I'm finally feeling well enough to sit down in an upright position long enough to film a video for you all. So the prenatal vitamins that I am on the Mary Ruth's organic vitamins. They don't taste the best, but they are liquid your body can absorb a little bit easier. I take them first thing in the morning with breakfast, and ever since I started taking those on Saturday, it has been a night and day difference. So Friday was my worst day. My midwives called in new medication, which I wasn't able to pick up until around Sunday, Monday. So Saturday I started the new prenatal vitamins. I felt well, like I was having less nausea that Saturday night. And then Sunday, we were able to go out to dinner to get the soup that I wanted. And on our way home, I was able to pick up some of the new medication. And then some more of my medication wasn't ready until Monday morning. So I was able to pick that up Monday morning. And ever since doing this new routine with the vitamins and the medication, it has been amazing. Well guys, enough of me just blabbering on. I am so excited to share this new journey with you. Let me give you a little bit of a bump update. I don't have that much of a bump. Some days it's bigger, some days it's smaller. Today's more of a smaller day, but he's in there and I'm so excited to share this journey with you all. I'm always rubbing my belly and talking to him and playing music for him now. So I am so excited, guys. Have I said that enough? I said I'm so excited. I'm just so excited, so excited, so excited. And I hope you guys are excited too. Once again, I am so excited. Once again, I can't stop saying I'm excited. I'm very happy to take you guys along on this journey with me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me some comments in the comment section down below, and I will see you guys next time, because I can't promise if I'll still be feeling good next week. So hopefully this positive mood that I'm in and positive health that I'm in will continue. I'll be able to put out more videos for you all. But follow me on Instagram. I am trying to be more active on there, so you guys can keep up with all the daily ins and outs of how this pregnancy is going. Once again, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye. Babe.
Shut up. Wait, what's going on right now? Hold up. Hold up for a second. What are you trying to tell me right now? What are you trying to tell me right now? No. Yeah, no. Take another one right now. Take another one right now. Oh. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. You're pregnant.
I'll take another one right now.
You're pregnant.
I peed on that. Okay.